I would like to introduce you all with the resource person of the day and obviously a new addition to the second half activity, Madam Rashanpreet Kaur. Please give her a huge round of applause. The newly joined academic coordinator for Sacred Heart Convent School, Jamalpur, Sector 39. And we are indeed proud that she is an alumna of Sacred Heart Convent School, Hyderabad, Srinagar, Ludhiana. So once again, a huge round of applause for her. Madam Rashanpreet Kaur holds proficiency in cultivating positive relationships with students, their families, and persona, while fostering a secure and inclusive environment. Skilled in conducting both individual and group counseling sessions, highly organized and empathetic, adept at leveraging data-driven approaches to ascertain students' needs and gauge program effectiveness. Enthusiastic about advancing student well-being by working closely with the students, their families, and the medical team. Talking about her academic qualification, she holds a bachelor degree in applied psychology with brain and behavior, personal and life skills, psychology of well-being from Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies, Faridabad, Haryana. She is also holding a master's degree in school counseling from the University of Texas at San Antonio, the United States of America, with individual and group counseling, human and child development, counseling in multicultural settings. Let's talk about her work experience. She has worked as an intern school counselor in Albany Dual Language Academy for almost 1 year. Practical student, Sarabia Family Counseling Center for almost 4 to 5 months. As a graduate administrative assistant at UTSA for almost 2 years. Presently, she is working as admissions counselor at the Lakewood School. So once again, let's welcome her to the Sacred Heart family. I request her to please step forward accompanied by our school principal for a floral welcome. For the same, I request Ms. Rashminda to do the honors.
And we have talked about it since last 5 years that how much students are in stress because of changing exam patterns, changing syllabus, changing rules and regulations. But I think we haven't talked enough of how much stress it puts the administrative team, the teachers, the school, and how can the teachers and the staff deal with it. And today my session is regarding that. So today my session is regarding that how can teachers deal with it, how they can, sometimes we don't even know what is stressing us, what triggers the stress. So how to identify those triggers and how to come up with techniques to deal with it. What we're going to discuss is why self-care is so important. And as we all know that teaching is rewarding. My family teaching is rewarding but can be physically, emotionally and mentally draining. Sometimes you know that you are giving your best to the students and you are imparting everything that needs to be given to the students, but sometimes that the students are not understanding that, they are not realizing that how much efforts the parents, the school, the teachers are putting in. So that can be a little emotionally draining also, because you can see that all your efforts are not being utilized. Second is objective. So today's objective is to learn to recognize those triggers and also to do the self-care activities for ourselves so that we can, as teachers, as part of the school, can continue with our activities of imparting wisdom. It's like a very you can tell me what you do. So I know you guys know what stress and everything is. So what do you guys do generally to de-stress yourself? Like for example, if I am very stressed with my studies or with my job, I generally go for a long walk. I have a very beautiful place in my house and I go for a long walk. Meditation. Consistent. Anyone else? You can have a better session. Yes, read literature. Anyone else?
Sometimes people they do the planting and all, the gardening.
Gardening, yes. Gardening is very big thing, especially in people in India. That gardening is a very big stress reliever. Music. Sorry. Music, yes. Anyone else does dancing over here? Dancing. What's nice?
Quality time spent with friends.
Yes. Quality time with friends and family is one of the biggest stress relievers that people in any profession need. And the small icebreaker activity is I want you to share your names with me. Like not all of you have to, but please I will enjoy learning some of your names. And also one of your favorite childhood memories. It can be of school, it can be of home, it can be any place you visited.
There was no stress because we are having so many siblings, no gadgets, no TV, no screen. So if we talk about our era, there is no stress at all. But now the time has been changed. Children, they are very much with the screen, so they are having the stress. How to manage the things like multitasking, no? Yes. This is what I am.
My schooling from Manipur. So we choose to enjoy nature. We do lots of cycling. I have a pair of table tennis also. So I played lots of table tennis during my childhood days.
I think during my time also we used to do painting. I mean, whenever I feel like I want to recreate, I will need a time for myself. Then I used to make paintings. Teachers first is workload. Sometimes over year-long stress. Then the other is student behavior. Nowadays, students have become very violent and I will not say straightforward, I would say blunt and rude. So they have become decreased job satisfaction. I know most of the teachers that I dealt with during my time at Berlin Language Academy in the US, they experience job dissatisfaction rates. They think that because of the parent expectation mostly and student rudeness, they feel like what they are doing is not worth it. And that's not okay because as teachers, we are as professional and most respected. I believe that teachers are the most respected profession all across the globe. Not only in India, not only in the United States, all across the globe. Because whatever profession is made of any other like IT, IAS, it is made by teachers. For 15 years straight, you study from the ground above, from nursery to 12th, and it's all because of the teachers. Whatever skill you learn, whatever way of speaking, is because of the teachers. So I believe it's the most respected profession out there. Then statistics have shown the Indian Ministry of Education, there was a surveillance in COVID times and also actually a year after COVID, when in 2020 when the COVID was lifted, in 2022 there was a surveillance done by Indian Ministry of Education about the stress the teachers feel. So it said that 65% of teachers feel overburdened by the work. And that's because they had to deal with both, because we were not fully in person, we were still online and half in person. So that's one discussion question that I want to talk to you about is what kind of stress do you being a teacher? But sometimes the deadline is so close, means it is just a burden that you have to finish it just now. So that is it. I know sometimes deadlines can be a little bit stressful and can cause anxiety as well.
we have to finish our work and we have to send for the parents also on the beginning day. It was a huge stress. And now we are waiting for our beginning session, that is Vidya members. Now, little bit stress is there for that function also.
5 dimensions of self-care. Now that we have discussed what stressors are and what things can cause stress and what are the physical symptoms, now we're going to discuss how to deal with that stress. So there are 5 dimensions of self-care that are very important. First is physically, emotionally, psychologically, and then spiritually and socially. So the first one is physical. Do you think 4 hours of sleep is enough for that? No. 7 hours of sleep is enough for that. And not only to regenerate your cells, but also to rest your mind, to rest your eyes, to rest your heart. If you are being under stress for, I would say, 18 hours of day, then you deserve at least 7 hours of night to be in a sleepful state. The next is nutrition. I know most of the teachers, including myself, don't pay that much attention to nutrition. That's what it is, hydration. Yes, water. And heat wave. And nowadays some people don't like water soup. The world has been so advanced, they have made flavored waters. So drink that. But stay hydrated because the world, and it has been scientifically proven, if you are not hydrated, you get stressed more, you feel anxious more, and you feel tired more. So yes, strengthen relationships. It can be your colleagues, it can be your friends outside from work, it can be your neighbors, it can be your children, it can be your spouse, anyone. Strengthening relationships, spending quality time with them is one of the most important things in strengthening relationships. Then networking. When we go on seminars, when we go on workshops that have teachers from different schools, we are building a professional network. That is also having social self-care. Your network outside your family and friends is what social networking is. Having a social network, spiritual self, meditation. As I know, many of you must do meditation over here. And meditation is, so when I say meditation, some people think that going to Gurdwara or going to Mandir and praying is meditation. Yes, that is a form of meditation, but meditation also is sitting down with nature. If you don't want to sit with nature, in just a quiet room and being in one with yourself. Because as everyone knows, and in the Bible is God is within ourselves. So when we are one with ourselves, that's the actual meaning of meditation. Self-care assessment checklist. So you can create a checklist and whatever self-care activities that suits you, you write in that. And then you try to make sure that you do all those activities in a week or in a month. You can make a list for a day, you can make a list for a week or for a month. But make sure that you do those activities for yourself and then check that yes, I did this activity, I did this activity. And also know that all that activity made you feel. Because then you will also know that if that activity is working for you, if it is helping you to de-stress, if it's helping you to relax or not.
I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Rashmi for this enriching session on self-care and stress management for teachers. First of all, I would like to express my deepest appreciation for the insightful and inspiring session. Your wisdom and practical advice and compassionate approach have truly enlightened us on the importance of self-care in our daily lives. Thank you so much, ma'am. A sincere thanks to Reverend Father Thomas Pujari and Reverend Sister Krishna Maria for their unwavering support and for the well-being of the teachers and creating this positive session for the school teachers. Their initiative in organizing such a meaningful session reflect their dedication to fostering and nurturing this positive school environment. Thank you so much.